Oscar wants to say thank you to the guys and girls at Euro Tuning for supporting this channel.
This thing. Ready?
The zoink?
Yeah.
You gotta do the zoink.
Yeah.
Alright guys. Oh shoot, the address is on there. We got some wheels courtesy of the gang at Euro Tuning. They set us up. I'm not gonna tell you, let's just open them. Open one box. This is a square set. There's your first giveaway. They might be from this company. I'm not sure. Wow, that's a light box. This is grossly inefficient. But what are we trying to do? We're trying to go fast in corners. We're trying to stop fast in corners. We're trying to reduce as much weight as possible because we're adding all-wheel drive and we've added a big heavy engine. So the ladies and gentlemen at Neuspeed were kind enough to hook us up on a set of their RS wheels. So these are a flow-formed wheel. Basically means they cast this wheel narrower than it would be, and then with a series of heat and dies, they spin the wheel and they draw the barrel out. So it makes the wheel very light, makes the wheel very strong, but it also makes the wheel very cost effective. These were on sale on Black Friday. These were like $330 a piece. This is what's cool about these wheels, is you can use your stock lugs. It's got a stock center bore, so there's no need for having to buy new lugs, extended lugs, you know, hub center rings, that sort of thing. These are literally, you pop them out the box, you put tires on them, you can put them on your VW. Do you have any guesses? What do you think it is? Now there's not a picture on the box.
Maybe like RS2 kind of look.
So like a split spoke, like a mesh wheel?
Yeah.
I am delighted to tell you that I went in a completely different direction. I went 6-spoke.
Oh shit.
I went 6-spoke, guys, so I'm not gonna lie. I was shopping TE37s, which if you know me, you're like, what? You're in the comments, you're like, what? Because I used to dog those wheels all the time. But I was looking into them because what are TEs? They're strong, they're light, and they have hella brake clearance. Well, these are all three of the, holy smokes. That is, wow. That is light. So this is the Neuspeed RSE 06. Is 18 by 9, so we went a ½ inch wider. ET45, so wide wheel, weak offset. This is their hyper black finish. Neuspeed, I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't know what's black about these. They look very silver. I like the black barrels. Now that's actually cool. When I was building wheels, I would always do black barrels because it hides the brake dust. I don't know, it looks awfully
That's pretty silver.
It's worth mentioning, I wanted silver wheels. I can't get over, let me see the camera. See how light that is.
Oh, that's not even...
What is that?
That's lighter than those 16s.
I know. Let's weigh these before we put tires on them. I'm curious to see how much unsprung weight we're losing, even over a wheel that's held in high regard like a BBS. I bet you these are at least 20% lighter. I'm not joking. We are on the road, starting to get dark out, but I'm going to head to a shop and get my tires mounted. I'm actually going to mount them myself. It's hard for me to trust anyone with wheels, so I'm gonna get these things mounted and balanced, and then we can finally put them on the car. As you guys can bask in the glory that is me balancing these tires, there's a little bit of statistics for you guys. So our old RS2s, they came in at about 26 pounds a piece, which kind of surprised me. I would have expected them to be a bit lighter with you know, a brand like BBS with the racing pedigree that they have, but they were 26 pounds a piece, and mind you, a ½ inch narrower. These Neuspeed RSE 06s are not only a ½ inch wider, but they are a full 5 pounds lighter a piece. These are only 21 pounds a piece. So we were able to shave off 5 pounds of rotational mass from each corner of the car, thanks to these lightweight wheels from Neuspeed. Alrighty guys, we are back in the garage. I have patched the rest of that transmission swap up in the GTI, and I finally have it on the ground with the new wheels. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. This might be my favorite wheel setup I've had on the car. I've been in the wheel game for a long time. I used to work at a wheel shop and did custom builds and powder coating for a living. I have had a lot of wheels on this car. Let's see if I can name all of them off the top of my head. I have the stock wheels when I first got the car, the Detroits, or the Huffs. Then I had a set of Bremercraft, which is like a tire rack brand. Then my first like real set of wheels, I had a set of VMR V710s. I actually really love those wheels. I had those when I was static and when I first bagged the car. Those are another really awesome kind of OEM plus vibe that you can also get on Euro tuning. Then from the VMRs, I had 3 sets of wheels on one week because I traded my way up to a set of rotiforms. So I went VMRs, and then I went like Mark 7 Nagaros. It's like the performance pack wheel. And then I had a set of forged 2-piece welded rotiform OZTs. Those are a pretty cool wheel. That was also the wheel that I had in the car when I wrapped it. I sold the OZTs when I got my set of BBS RSs. They were a true set of step 17s. I refinished those to blue, we're not gonna talk about it. And then I got rid of those and went to my Futuras. My Futuras saw many different iterations. They were, when I got them, I refinished them immediately, and they were step 17s with a white face, polished lips. Then I double stepped them and did metallic silver faces, polished lips. That was when they became 18s. And then I refinished them again to when they were white. Which is how they were most recently when they came off the car. Then I have this set of RS2s, which again, actually now live on the wagon. I think they look right at home on the wagon as well. I love a bright silver wheel. And now we've got the Neuspeed RSE06s. These are 18 by 9 ET45. And I mean, these things fit dead nuts, absolutely perfect on here. I did, as I expected, have to shave about 2 or 3 millimeters off of the most outward face of my coilover lock collar. And it is actually not because the wheel would have hit it, but the tire. If I was running a skinnier tire, wouldn't have been an issue. But again, guys, I'm trying to maximize the performance of this car, trying to utilize every single millimeter of space that I have with the 255s. So I had to shave down a little bit of the lock collar. Totally fine, still have all other sides of it to grab onto and adjust things, and they now fit in there perfectly. We actually have quite a bit of clearance. I can't quite fit my finger in there. Quite a bit of clearance. I'd say 5, 6, 7 millimeters of clearance between our brake caliper and the spoke. Just this 3/4 shot right here really says it all. I think this is the best this car has ever looked. I think they fit the vibe of the Rieger kit. It's been a long time since I have seen this car with just a 1-piece full-faced wheel. And man, I am all for it. So we have our 6-speed all-wheel drive 24-valve O2M in the car. There is the old front-wheel drive O2M. We have our all-wheel drive transmission in here, but it is set up front-wheel drive. I got fresh fluid in it, fresh seals on it. Everything is buttoned up, good to go. I'm able to grab all the gears. However, we still need to bleed our brakes a little bit better. I bled these as best as I could the old-fashioned way with somebody in the car while I was cracking bleeders. But I have decided to just order a power bleeder. Working on cars for myself and for customers, it's one of those things that I need to invest in anyway. And that's just gonna take the guesswork and literally the legwork out of getting this thing properly bled. So there's probably just still air in the system. Those are enormous brakes, a lot of fluid in there. And so we've probably just still got some air trapped in the brake system. So once we get these brakes bled, we'll really be able to lean into the car, get our Hawk HPS 5.0 pads bedded in. I am stoked, to the moon, super excited, ecstatic, whatever you want to call it. I could not be happier with where the car is at right now. Once again, I want to express my gratitude, share the love. I want to give Euro Tuning a huge shout out. Without them, none of this would be possible. I really don't want that to go understated. It's very hard for me to convey how thankful I am for them. but Euro Tuning, if any of y'all who work there are watching, just from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for helping out with this project. It's just incredible, y'all's support and your willingness to want to work with a small creator like myself, and I just really hope that you understand truly how grateful I am. So once again, shout out to Euro Tuning. They supplied a majority of the parts for everything that we did in this video. And so now I'm going to show y'all the construction of our all-wheel drive rear subframe, where we've got more goodies from Euro Tuning going on to that. So what I have here is a aluminum all-wheel drive rear subframe for a PQ35 car. This is a little bit lighter than the steel subframe. This one came from a dismantler in New Hampshire, and he sent me all kinds of photos. Nothing looked bent. The car was in a front end accident, nothing on the rear end. However, I suspect that one of his guys used an impact on these eccentric bolts, because as you can see, they are way blown out. If I were to try and utilize these, I mean, super blown out, and that's nice and fresh and shiny. So it is not a huge deal. I just need to get this show on the road. You know what I'm saying? I need to get this project done. So this particular camber arm slot was the worst of it. However, all 4 eccentric locations, the 2 camber spots and the 2 toe spots, all kind of looked like this. So I called upon a new customer of mine, and he has like a woodworking and metal, like a fabrication shop, but he made these plates and they're pinned. As you can see here, we got 4 holes, and then that just pops into place. Single M12 hole in the center, so we can effectively lock out all of these eccentric adjustments. But why do we want to do that? We have these. Euro Tuning sent us their new Velt Sport adjustable camber arms and their Velt Sport adjustable toe arms. So we don't need the factory camber adjustment and factory toe adjustment anymore. We're gonna use these for adjusting our toe. We're gonna use these for adjusting our camber. These are gonna be way more precise. They're gonna hold their alignment way better. We're also, not only are these just, you know, more heavy duty, but they're also new. And so we've got brand new bushings now on all of these pivot points on the rear suspension. This is just another thing that's gonna refresh the car and make it drive like it's never driven before, or at least since I've owned it. So we got all kinds of cool parts on this. Let's stop talking and let's get this thing built. Right, now that we got our subframe just loosely bolted together, I'm not gonna tighten anything down until it is up in the car, and I'm gonna torque everything to spec once the suspension is under load. That is the proper way to do it. But now that this is all loosely bolted together, kind of show y'all what all we've got. So we have brand new trailing arms, brand new lower control arms. Both of these are OEM. We have our Velt Sport upper control arms that control our camber, and lower control arms, these are going to be our toe arms. We have brand new OEM Schaeffler wheel bearings, courtesy of Euro Tuning. Everything is bolted together with brand new hardware. And we also have some solid aluminum subframe bushings from Verkline. So these are going to perfectly center the subframe. There's going to be absolutely zero play in the subframe. Now, obviously, we are missing our differential and our axles, but I'm going to hold off on getting that installed right now. I'm actually waiting on some more stuff from Euro Tuning. We're gonna refresh our differential as well, get new seals in it, fresh fluid, all that good stuff. And so that's as simple as I can pull this bolt out of the camber arm, swing the knuckle forward, and get the axle and the differentials in place. That's super simple. And we also do have some upgrades for the diff as well that I will show y'all probably in a future video. So now that all this is done, we have some more goodies from Neuspeed. Now y'all, I am absolutely embarrassed to show you the mess of my garage, but it is what it is. It's been a very hectic and stressful holiday season, but Neuspeed has sent us their upgraded all-wheel drive rear subframe with their upgraded serviceable mounts and their upgraded sway bar end links as well. So this is the full kit and caboodle for your Mark 6 Golf R or Mark 5 R32 from Neuspeed. Big shout out to y'all. Really appreciate you sending me all this stuff. Let's get it mocked up on the subframe. Took a little bit of finessing. Doing this on sawhorses is not the most efficient way to do this, but we got it in. We got the Neuspeed all-wheel drive upgraded sway bar, got their upgraded serviceable grease fitting bushings for the sway bar, and their double spherical bushing end links. There are our Verkline aluminum subframe bushings, if you can call it a bushing. Big shout out to the guys at Neuspeed. Not only did they hook us up with this upgraded rear sway bar for our all-wheel drive swap, but remember, they hooked us up with a set of wheels. So if you want to pick up this rear sway bar or the wheels that I've got or any Neuspeed products, you can find them at Euro Tuning. Link is in the description. Once again, a tremendous thank you to Euro Tuning. Without their support, none of this would be possible. So please, y'all, all the parts that I use are going to be down in the description. Feel free to pick them up for your car. Feel free to pick up anything for your European automobile. Euro Tuning is the place that you need to be buying your stuff from. Their customer service, their prices, it's all unparalleled. They are the place that you need to be buying your stuff from. So go down in the description, show them some love. They are the #1 reason why I'm able to do all this. Tremendous shout out to Euro Tuning. Y'all are the best. I'll see you on the next one.